Soon a day gonna come where people gonna be going about their normal business, right? And then asteroids gonna start falling from the sky. Rocks. Not fiery ones at first. They gonna just be like rocks falling from the sky. And some gonna be big, some of them gonna be small. And from that day forward, nothing's gonna go back to normal. Yep. They gonna I seen them put, I don't know what city this was in, but they put big plastic tubes up, like these big plastic things. They look like some type of tarp, but they was on a like a. But let me see. It had like a frame, and it was made to where you can pull them out and just pull them out. Well, it was this. They had these big tarp like things. They was pulling out all the way down the street, where cars can drive through them and buses and stuff could drive through them because it was ashes in the air. And if you breathe the earth, you'll like die. Yeah, straight up. I saw this happen. That's coming. It's kind of crazy. I think about these things, and I've been living this reality my whole life, you know. And sometimes I think about the details and stuff that's gonna happen, and remember people faces that I saw. Because sometime when I went to the future, I do believe I was in somebody's body who actually lived in that time period, because I was able to walk around, be seen, talk to people, communicate with people, and stuff like that. Other times I went, nobody could see me. Like nobody could see me. Like when I went to the future and seen the giants. Like before this world end, the great destruction come and the darkness, giants is gonna come out from underground, and they're gonna be eating people. And they was tall as light poles. And they was white dudes. They had long blonde hair, and some of them had red hair, and their hair was shoulder length, looked like the rockers in the '80s. Those rock band dudes, they looked like that. They was built like they went to the gym or something, and they didn't care about human beings at all. Yep, I saw them. They here right now somewhere. Um, yeah, I'm just kind of reflecting on stuff up late tonight, y'all. You know, sometimes I just want to share things and just talk about stuff. You can imagine my mind go all over the place. I think about the future. I remember people in the future, and good people, through different time periods, the tribal days, before the tribal days, when people, like right after the earth gets destroyed, it's going to be like a very dangerous place to live. The world is, because there's going to be a lot of instability. Like I stood on a shoreline that wasn't a beach. It was mud. And it was a skyscraper laying on its side at an angle, embedded in the mud, right? Going way down into the water. And some of it didn't even have the windows bust out of them. Yeah, there was like plastic or something. Um, yeah, I saw some wild stuff. I saw landscapes in the future that's gonna be amazing looking landscapes. You know how you got the Grand Canyon right now, and it's like an amazing thing to go look at. It's huge. It's natural marvel. I saw stuff like that in the future that don't exist right now. That's going to exist in the future. Uh, I saw this place, y'all. It was like you ever been to the Arizona desert, or that one area where it's like totally flat and it's like real vast? I saw a land that kind of reminded me of that, but the ground was all metal. And it was like different colors reflecting in waves of different colors, like molten metal, but it was hard, right? And it was gigantic peaks that went way up into points, scattered here and there. Some of them was stories tall, like huge. Some of them was like 6 feet tall. and they always going in the same angle. Yep. That was caused by electrical heat, like a very high heat from above the sky, from above the earth, and strong winds that was like super, super fast. That's where it came from. That's crazy how I know this stuff. It's just insane. But way far in the future, I would say, let me give y'all a date. About 4,000 years from now. About 4,000 years from now. About 4,000 years from now, the Earth is gonna be paradise, like paradise, like perfect. Everything perfect is gonna be realigned. Like it's gonna be what it's made for. Like human beings gonna live a long time. I didn't see no old people at all, and they had cities that float in the sky. They floated in the sky. They hovered, and on the ground they had these big blocks. They was made out of stone, and they was like half of a pyramid, cut in half. And the bottom part kind of went in though, kind of indented in. And they had big doors where you can walk in, and everybody lived in those. Like thousands of people lived in one giant one of those, because in the future they got this thing where they don't believe in putting houses and streets scattered over the land. They feel like it's hurting the earth. So neighborhoods and streets just strewn all across the land, they don't like that in the future. They're going to use all that land to grow beautiful grass, fruits and vegetables, plants, flowers, all that stuff. And they're going to position everything in certain places to grow. Yep. It's like they knew what they was doing. It was an amazing place. And nobody wanted for anything. It was paradise. Nobody worked or any of that crap. It was a place made for human beings. Yeah, it was a beautiful place. They're gonna look back on these days as like the dark ages. They're gonna look back on these days as like terrible, terrible times. And if you live in these days, you pretty much like cursed and stuff like that. Like real talk, y'all. I am so serious. I am so serious. Um, and that's why I be saying, like, everybody doomed. I know that sound harsh, y'all, but it's the truth. Doomed. Why do you think, like, first of all, do you believe in God? Okay. Do you think God make mistakes? No, right? Why do you think he was born in a time where babies get molested and killed and people get raped and they go to war and senseless wars and you have no rights or freedoms? Even in the best of countries, they still corruptible. You still gonna eat, you still gonna die, and you still gonna age fast. And everything's still not groovy as it could be. It's not paradise nowhere on earth. You know. So this is the point I'm making. There's a disaster coming that's gonna wipe out mankind on this earth. So just by you being here, it's a judgment. Because there's people that's not here right now. They in the I don't know what to call it, but I was there and it was right before I came to earth and was born. It was up where the stars is at. That's where I was at. And it was a long line of people. There was every race and stuff. I saw them. They were sitting right next to me in a long line throughout what you would call space or whatever. It was where the stars is at. But a lot of people is not born yet, and they spirits is up there, you know, and God is holding them, and a lot of them is sleeping, you know. And why come he ain't send them down here? I'm gonna tell you why. Because they don't supposed to be here. Them people are good spirits, like the people that's gonna live in the future, in the golden age. I call it the golden age of earth. Some Christians call it heaven on earth or whatever. Um, those people are like very nice and kind and beautiful spirits. I know I went to the future and met some of them. They was the type of people that you guys would take advantage of. Real talk, not to be rude or nothing, like seriously. In this age that we live in now, which is an evil age, y'all, it's the end of a grand cycle. So it's like the end of everything. And everything is old and crumbly. and it's a piece of trash, and it's dead bodies laying everywhere, stinking up the earth. Y'all can't smell them. I can smell them. This whole earth is a graveyard. You know what I'm saying? This whole place is evil. And this is the end of a time. This is like the ass end of a whole time. That used to be a golden age, used to be a heaven on earth. This is the end, okay? Unfortunately. And you was picked to live here. Now, why you think you was picked to live here? Because you're a wonderful person? Listen to me, y'all. I'm telling y'all stuff people ain't gonna tell y'all. That ain't wrote in no book nowhere, okay? This is a judgment on people, y'all. That's why bad things happen to you and stuff here. This is a time of judgment. You ever heard people say this is hell? They right. But it's only for a time period. That's what it's used for now. The earth is going to be refashioned and reused in the future as a paradise on earth. Right now, it's used as a pretty much a hell on earth. And as far as all the dead bodies and the graveyards and all that type of stuff, and even the giants' bodies that's laid out on the earth, all that stuff is going to be cooked. God is going to dissolve the mountains soon with heat. Y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? So even the dead corpses of the giants and the colossal monstrosities that used to live and walk on this earth, you know, the different creatures and stuff from before the flood, he flooded them out. Now he turned them to stone, right? That's prophecy. That's already written. But he gonna burn them up too. And the caskets, the 6 feet under, he gonna cook the ground and all that stuff gonna burn, ash all the way down. Yep. That's the heat that's coming from outer space. I'm telling y'all, he is about to cook this earth. That the trash that's in the ocean, those trash islands, all that's gonna be cooked, and the ocean's gonna turn to acid anyway, and dissolve all that stuff. And he's literally about to clean the earth. The water's gonna turn into bleach and purify the ground that is flowing over. Like, when I say you can't survive this, you can't survive this. The only way you survive this is if the Lord make you survive. And he gonna have a few people he put in certain places, and that's it. Just like he did Noah.
Praise the Lord.
In 1986, I saw the end of the world.